Hey folks, this is Kelani. It seems like we may get exactly what we asked for when it comes to allied races. At this rate, possibly every race we come into contact with could be considered a potential addition to our swelling ranks of allied races. The Vulpera have been a hot topic for quite a while now, and with the recent addition of special animations and even a special mount with fox-like decorations, it's hard to deny that it's looking ever more likely that we'll be able to play these foxy little critters. Perhaps even more convincing though is a recent data mined model for a new druid bear form. It's not for the Vulpera, this is the KUL'TIRAN Druid bear form, and while that could mean any number of things, a new druid form all but confirms that Kul'tirans have some druidic knowledge and ability, and strongly suggests that we'll be able to play them at some point in the future. Even with everything we've seen from the Vulpera, I think this one new model is way more convincing that Kul'tiran humans will be added as a playable race before Battle for Azeroth comes to a close. Let's have a look at the new model in detail and what this could mean going forward. Remember that everything in this video is from alpha or data mined information, so everything is subject to change and might not reflect the final product. If you've had a look at some of the zone previews from BlizzCon, you should recognise the theme of this new druid bear form. From what we know of Drustvar, there's a lot of strange weird nonsense going on. The leaders have disappeared and there's a curse to lift or solve, but if you look a bit closer you can see a lot of the monsters here have the same kind of look to them. Kind of creepy broken wood forms, and it looks like this new bear form follows that new theme. Kind of like someone took a lot of wood from an old, potentially haunted woodland and made a somewhat bear-like sculpture. After looking at the Zandalari druid forms, I did wonder if we would have any other additions to really spice up what it means to be a druid. Specifically, how your race affects how you look, even if you're all shapeshifting into the same form and using the same spells. It's awesome that we're getting some more new models for the shapeshifting forms, and I think we might see a few updates or tweaks to the races we already have. But back to the Kul'tirans. If you're a little weirded out by the fact that a human race might be able to be druids, you might be surprised to know that Gilneans were studying druidism before they were Worgen. You might be even more surprised to know that the Kul'tirans came from Gilneas originally, so it kinda makes sense that some of those chaps might have had a bit of a background when it comes to nature. There's also a group of humans in Drustvar that call themselves the Wickerites. This group worships the Wicker Man, which looks terribly like the creatures we saw in the BlizzCon preview, but would also explain quite a lot. The Wickerites abandoned their homes to live in nature, worshipping the Wicker Man. Whether they turn out to be friendly or not, I guess we'll have to wait and see, but their Wicker Man looks very much like he fits the theme of these new misshapen wood forms the Kul'tiran Druids have. Maybe the playable Kul'tiran Druids are part of the Wickerite. Maybe that's the explanation that pushes the story forward. Either which way it's explained, it seems like we might get a few more forms over the coming weeks as we fill in the gaps for the cat form, travel forms, and maybe another shiny new moonkin form. But just waiting and twiddling our thumbs is boring, so let's see if we can figure out what these new forms might end up looking like. The Zandalari trolls ended up following quite a strong theme, so I would fully expect every KUL'TIRAN Druid form to look like it's made out of haunted wood with that scary white wood skull. We might already have a candidate for the cat form, or we might at least be able to get a good idea of what it's going to look like, because there are creatures in Drustvar that look like they're made from the same stuff as the bear form we've already seen. Check out these cat-like monsters, these curse-formed familiars. Take away some of the corruption and glow, maybe tidy up the sides a little, and voila! A cat form which looks pretty close to what you might expect from the scary wood theme. They do seem to be rigged up like a wolf at the moment, so maybe it won't be the exact same thing, but it could definitely work. As for the rest, it's interesting that while the Zandalari troll bear form could probably use the same animations as the standard bear form, the shape was quite a bit different. This Kul'tiran bear form looks pretty much exactly like the shape of the standard bear form, but the theme and skin are way different. These models could have worked very well as part of the Legion artifact weapon skin, so I would say that the other forms will probably follow that pattern and look more or less the same as the other models, just made from wood instead of flesh and bone. Having a stag made out of wood isn't that much of a big leap, same with pretty much any other form. The moonkin model could be interesting though. I wonder if we would get a wooden moonkin, a wooden Arakoa to match the changes Zandalari made, or maybe a new model entirely. It could be anything from just a wooden looking humanoid to something we've never seen before, so that's probably what I'm most excited to see in the coming days or weeks. But what does this mean for Kul'tiran humans as an allied race? Well, it's certainly looking like we'll be able to play them, but which models will we have access to? There's normal looking humans floating around, but there's also the bulkier, heavy-set humans and the thinner, lanky humans that are dotted around. Will we have a choice of being able to create a Kul'tiran human with any of those 3 body types? Wouldn't it be an interesting twist if you could choose your body type dependent on your class? Warriors, paladins, and the other tough classes can choose between regular or bulky humans, while the caster types like mage and warlock could choose between regular and skinny types. That might be pushing a few stereotypes, so I can see why they would maybe steer clear of that idea, but it would give some more meaning to your class choice. Either way, I hope we get to choose between all 3 body types if Kul'tirans make it to the Hall of Allied Races. More options are always a good thing, and with so many humans running around, it would be nice to have a bit of variety in what we see. Of course, all of this could be us getting overly excited and blowing everything out of proportion. This model could be for NPCs only and Blizzard might crush our hopes and dreams. But I have my fingers crossed that Kul'tirans will end up becoming an allied race, and if they do, there's a strong chance they're going to be able to shapeshift into all manner of scary wood-looking creatures. What do you think of the new bear model? Are you excited about the prospect of even more allied races? Leave all your thoughts in the comments section below. Remember to leave a like just below the video before you leave, and if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. But apart from that, thanks for watching folks, good luck and have fun, and as always, I will see you next time.